Hey YouTube, Hill Country Husker. Just want to say thanks to all my subscribers, everybody that's watching my videos. I appreciate that. I appreciate the comments. Keep them coming. Thank you. Current events, as everybody may have seen already or will see here pretty soon, Governor Scott Walker has survived the recall election up there in Wisconsin. Yesterday, I guess he beat out Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett. I believe it was, last I saw last night was Walker 54%. I think Barrett was around 49, so about a 9, maybe 10% lead on him, which is good. I think a lot of people saw that coming. You know, Scott Walker, when he was elected a couple of years ago, did some radical legislation that he felt he needed to do for the state of Wisconsin. They were in a deep $3.8 billion budget deficit when he took office, so he decided to do something about it. Basically, he forced teachers union to kick in for their own pensions and health care rather than laying on the government leg and having the government pay for all of it. He thought it best that maybe they do it. Help at least, not 100%, but they share some responsibility in that, and I think that's a good move. But anyway, teachers unions didn't like it. You might remember on the news there was major protests in state capitol. The chicken shit state legislature ran out of the state for 3 weeks to delay the vote. You know, they've had crap like that happen down here in the Hill Country a few years back, where the Democrats did the same thing. You know, you're an elected official, and there's an important vote coming up, and what do? You run your ass across the state line and hide. That's not what we elected our officials for. But anyway, back on the Walker thing, I'd heard this going into the election about the amount of money that was being spent. I think I had read this morning that the Democrats had spent $19 million on the recall effort, compared to Walker, who had spent, I think it was $47 million on fighting the recall election. So over the last, I think it was 18 months or so, there have been about $66 million spent on the recall. Of course, that includes events, advertisements, campaign stuff. I think that I'd read that was the most expensive to date in the state's history. Yeah, that's just crazy. They're up there changing the laws because of budget deficits, and economy, as everybody knows, is having such a hard time, and they're going to spend $66 million. Couldn't that money be better spent on, you know, the schools, the public schools, secondary education? I know that was a couple of the items that he had, after he took away the collective bargaining, he then looked for ways to save more money, and he cut spending for the schools. You know, he did what he needed to do. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm saying you're spending that much money on a recall. Okay, you voted for the guy. He won 2 years ago. Sorry you don't like his politics, but he won. Okay, let him run his term, and if he doesn't do a good job, which it appears that he is doing a good job. Now, from what I've been learning about this, he's actually doing a real good job, and his policies are having a positive impact. You know, and it's kind of sad that even in you know, Tom Barrett, when he was making his concession speech, he continued his divisive talk. You know, saying that, you know, the results of this election keep this state, you know, deeply divided. Well, you know, nobody ever wins 100% in an election. You know, there's always people that don't agree, and they vote against a particular person or a particular party or a particular issue, nothing ever goes 100%. So there's always going to be, dissenters in the vote. There's always going to be people that don't agree with it. But, it's time for Barrett to say, okay, I lost 2 years ago. I lost yesterday. Okay, maybe I need to do what I can, be positive, and do what's best for the state of Wisconsin. Hopefully he'll pull his head out of his ass, and that's what he'll end up doing. But he looks to me like just your regular old straight line Democrat liberal who is going to continue to buck against his governor, his duly twice elected governor. I don't know, maybe wrong. That's what it kind of appears to me. Just to get a little bit of the other side, last night when after the concession by Barrett, flipped over to the Lean Forward channel to see what they were saying about it, and happened to catch Ed. Can't remember his last name. I think it's called the Ed Show. Big dumbass guy. But anyway, he had Jesse Jackass on there. Have you seen Jesse Jackass lately? Is this guy drinking too much? Or has he already died and somebody's propping him up and they got their hand stuck up his butt moving his jaw? This guy looks terrible. I remember Jesse Jackson used to be a tall, straightforward looking guy, but he just looks like crap. Anyway, just, check that out. I might be wrong. Anyway, like I said, Scott Walker survives the recall. I think everybody knew it would. Hopefully things will continue forward in the state of Wisconsin. I'm glad to see it. I have no involvement with it because I don't live in Wisconsin, but I don't know if this is going to be a barometer of the upcoming presidential election. I mean, that's what everybody's talking about now. I'm not even going to get into that. I don't know. Anyway, just want to make some comments on that. Like I said, glad to see it. Congratulations, Governor Walker. Way to go. Just my thoughts, Hill Country Husker. Thanks.